Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Frama Panyi. Now, Federal Capital Territory Administration has flagged off the vaccination and treatment of livestock across the 6 area councils of the territory. Secretary Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat, Malam Abubakar Ibrahim, while flagging off the event at the Nyanya Veterinary Clinic, said the initiative will curb the outbreak and spread of diseases in the FCT. Mariam George Jutubo has the details.
Livestock is not just a source for food only, but an economic value to farmers and the larger society. As such, the Secretary Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat, Abubakar Ibrahim, explained that the exercise was necessary because of the growing importance of the livestock sector across the country. He urged members of the public who own livestock to cooperate with the animal health officials for the vaccination and treatment, which he said is free.
Our target is to specifically prevent the outbreak and the spread of the disease such as highly contagious bovine in cattle, rabies in dogs, as well as some common diseases that have high immortality rate on livestock, as well as posing significant threats to the public health.
The Director, Veterinary Services, FCT Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat, Dr. Regina Adauluba, says the Secretariat has been given a mandate by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that the diseases are eradicated because they cause mortality and damages in the livestock sector.
Expect that if a cattle is pregnant and is vaccinated, it will not come down with CBBP. It can carry the infant to term, deliver a very healthy child, and that child is going to survive. But if a sick, it may even die in pregnancy because the disease is very lethal. It causes them pneumonia.
You cannot find these things happening anywhere in Nigeria apart from the FCT. This is what other people used to go and buy with their money to get it even. It's not easy. Here in Abuja, we are giving it free.
90 health officials of the Secretariat have been deployed for the vaccination, which will last for 2 weeks in the first phase. Mariam George Jutubo, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration says that with the monumental achievements recorded so far by President Muhammadu Buhari administration, the All Progressives Congress will continue to thrive beyond 2023. FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu stated this in one of her official functions in the Federal Capital Territory. Ifeanyi Ezumba in this report examines the achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari in the last 7 years with emphasis on the FCT.
Development projects going on in Nigeria are a clear testimony that the All Progressives Congress Party is interested in the well-being of Nigeria, irrespective of the social, political, tribe, or religious inclinations. FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu noted that the party leaders have a greater role to play to strengthen their efforts in achieving good governance. In its efforts to provide affordable housing for Nigerians, the FCT administration in 2021 commenced the provision of 4,104 houses for staff of the administration as part of activities to commemorate Nigeria's 61st independence anniversary. Performing the official site handover groundbreaking ceremony, FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu used the occasion to assure staff that modalities have been put in place to guarantee accessibility and affordability to deserving beneficiaries. This is in line with the Family Home Fund Limited incorporated by the federal government in September 2026. Under this program, Nigerians will be given at least 15 years period with a monthly payment at 6% rate to pay for each houses.
Also pertinent to state that layouts have been identified for affordable housing in the 6 area councils. So it is not only Karshi, but symbolically today we are beginning with Karshi.
If you look around, you see there's no longer, we can't see any bridge that is not being constructed. The Satellite Town Development Agency, what we have now is urban-rural migration. No longer rural-urban migration. It is urban-rural migration. Because the rural cities of the FCT, Karu, Nyanya, Jikwe, all those places have come to be integrated into the city center.
The Muhammad Buhari Administration Survival Fund has provided its grant payroll support to more than 800 beneficiaries, especially in the FCT.
Social investment program, like I've always said, is a brainchild of this administration, designed by President Muhammad Buhari to reach out to the people below the poverty line. This is a beautiful program because it has really touched down to the lives of people, especially the downtrodden in our society, in the FCT. Under the administration of Dr. Matutideni Aliyu, she has made it a point of duty to see that this program is being implemented in the FCT.
The Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat is one of the 7 mandate secretariats established by the presidential order in line with the reform of the Federal Capital Territory Administration. This secretariat is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring sustainable food security for the residents of the FCT through the development of necessary policy framework to harness the vast agriculture potentials of the FCT. Exactly 7 years ago, Muhammadu Buhari took oath of office as President of Nigeria, promising to serve Nigerians faithfully in all spheres of national life. The 7 years milestone presented major landmarks in his service to the nation. He has demonstrated great achievements in infrastructural development, roads, housing, and many more. In Abuja, Ifani Isumba, NT News.
The Idu industrial layout is one of the numerous industrial hubs in the country that has the potential opportunities for job creation to the teeming unemployed youths, particularly in Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory. In this report, Mariam George Jutubo expressed economic potentials that abounds at Idu industrial layout vis-a-vis revenue generation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, the industrial zone was specifically designed to attract industrial clusters into the nation's capital. Development of the district started in 2002, and the scope of work, being an industrial area, is all about provision of engineering infrastructure consisting of roads, electricity supply, telecommunications facilities, sewage, water, and every other infrastructure that supports production in that axis. Director, Department of Engineering, Design and Evaluation, FCDA, Bello Tunau, speaks on the place of Idu industrial layout in the Abuja Master Plan.
The FCT, if you look at the Master Plan, it has 2 industrial belts. One on the northern flank, beginning from the Ring Road 2, spanning up to the Ring Road 3, and presently the Idu is split into 2. We have Idu 1A and Idu Industrial Area 1B. Now the one presently under development is Idu Industrial Area 1B.
Engineer Bello also revealed that energy is one of the biggest problems that Idu industrial layout is likely to face, but the FCT administration is looking for ways of increasing electricity supply to the FCT, and Idu industrial layout can also benefit from other sources of electricity.
Not too far away from where the industrial area is, we have the Gosa landfill. From the landfill, this waste we generate from the city actually can be converted into electricity and perhaps sold to the industries or factories that are in Idu.
Residents are hopeful that relevant authorities will expedite action by ensuring that construction in the axis is completed in the shortest period of time.
This place is a very large market in Abuja. Government is going to benefit, not only the government, but with the individuals who are it's going to affect all of us positively, and it's also going to help to grow our economy.
Out of about 20 kilometers of the road network, about 17 or 18 kilometers have been fully completed. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
And on security, the FCT Commissioner of Police, Sunday Babaji, has charged men of the Nigeria Police Force, Biajin Division, to double up their efforts in efficient policing and fight against crime and criminality. This was at the inauguration of a police station in Biajin under the Kubwa Area Command Headquarters in the Buari Area Council of Abuja. Sarafina Okon Umakwe has the details.
Echoes of better policing days ahead, as the saying that security is everyone's business prompted residents of Biajim community to form a formidable synergy with local vigilantes, Ziba States Limited and the Nigerian Police Force to embark on crime mapping, community profiling via concerted efforts brought about the existence of this befitting structure.
They have been doing incredibly well, and for all of us that are living here, we can sleep with our two eyes closed now.
Company is directly under Biajin, and we felt the security challenges now calls for all people to rally around to make sure we put our little best for the betterment of our society.
With robust anti-crime patrol, stop and search, the Biajim community, which hitherto had just a police post, is witnessing the commissioning of an edifice under the leadership of the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Yakubu Sule, the outgoing DPO of the substantive division under the Kubwa Area Command. He appealed to the Commissioner of Police for deployment of more personnel and operational vehicles so as to enhance productivity.
Was put together by various resident associations and community leaders, and it was completed by Ziba City Limited.
Having inaugurated and inspected the building, the Commissioner of Police FCT, Babaji Sunday, charged the men of the force to ensure absolute protection of lives and property, especially as the 2023 elections draw close. He also urged residents not to relent in cooperating with the police in getting rid of criminal elements in the territory.
This is going to assist in, bringing policing closer to the people. With this structure now, if it is well maintained, it is hope, a good working environment will enhance productivity.
The Council of Obas and the outgoing DPO, Yakubu Sule, urged the men of Nigerian Police Force to remain resolute and ensure respect for fundamental human rights. In Abuja, Serafina Okon Umekwe, NT News.
Maintenance and preservation of critical national infrastructure, such as bridges, remain a priority to prevent avoidable accidents. And to this end, Deborah Gazajimaika, who revisited Kuba Bridge, which has been damaged over time and exposing road users to danger, reports that the bridge is now receiving prompt attention.
Since the damaged part of this bridge was reported upon sometimes early this year, nothing has been done to fix the problem. But with me at the spot is the Executive Secretary, Federal Capital Territory Development Authority, FCDA, Engineer Shehu Hadi. Sir, please, seeing this place, what does it signal to you?
Well, thank you very much. Even though you are saying or attributing that this report has been made early this year, and from our on-the-spot assessment, I think this is a critical location, coming down a very sloppy road, and this is an express way over a river bridge. Is not just a normal road crossing. So there is really a serious danger allowing this like this. We have inspected and assessed with him even before you arrived, and we have ordered that the contractor that he has come. This is somebody that has been handling some of our emergency works elsewhere, and I've already tasked the Director of Engineering Service to see to it that this is fixed in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Following this intervention, the mood around is that of relief as repair work will soon commence.
Like my DES has said, the job will be completed within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we have a very competent middle-level contractor, SIM, that will do the job, and we beg the public to equally be there whenever the job starts.
Motoring public will have to be careful while plying the way and avoid overspeeding. Deborah Gazajimaika, NTA News.
We'll pause here for a break, after which more reports will come your way. Please stay with us.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMA.
How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja,
Onoziaku.
NTE News.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, educationists say with determination and patience, age is but a number in the quest for knowledge. Now, this phrase was proven right as Darul Huda Islamic Academy Airport Road held walima for a mix of children and adult students of the academy who have successfully acquired knowledge of the Holy Quran. Onotu Yakubu brings us highlights.
This is a call to the place of honor, knowledge, integrity, and divine favor. And the call defied age barriers and social statuses. Amongst the graduates, an orphan standing with faith against the odds to achieve early child development dreams.
And may God bless our Malam Imam Musa for being true with us.
We should focus on both the Islamic studies and everything.
In the last couple of years, Darul Huda has strived to the objectives of providing the enabling platform for individuals with dreams to learn the Holy Quran and also teach to others.
The first thing Allah to Prophet Muhammad is Iqra. So nobody, either with political affiliation, with whatever resources, with whatsoever position one is holding, nobody is above the Quran. So and as such, we are expected to learn it.
I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our graduates, their parents, with the blessings of Al-Quran and what our esteemed madams with Al-Jannatul Firdaus.
Chairman, FCT League of Imams, Sheikh Tajuddin Adigun Bello, was guest preacher, and he did not mince words in reminding the congregation of Allah's first commandment to the noble Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to seek knowledge even to the end of the earth.
As a Muslim, with your PhD and professor, you must still learn. So that the more you learn, the more you benefit yourself, the more you benefit your family, the more you benefit your society and your country and the nation at large.
Today it's very glad to see the parents and the imams, the malams, fulfilling this obligation.
With messages of encouragement to intensify further strengthening of their knowledge, dignitaries commended the teachers and prayed Allah to reward their efforts. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Time to join Serafina Okon Imokwe on Business News.
Hello and many thanks for joining us on Business News. We begin first with the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning advocating for removal of fuel subsidy. The Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, has called for removal of fuel subsidy. She says retention is hurting the economy and impending investment in human capital development. She further adds that if subsidy is not in the budget, there would be no need to borrow money to finance it. For more, let's join Rosemary Mortaling below.
The Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, says 4.5 trillion naira spent on subsidies will have been invested in health and education, adding that investing in consumption is very wasteful. While she expresses worry, many Nigerians who own vehicles and generators do not benefit from the subsidy. She recalls that subsidy removal was to take effect from June 2022, but has been moved by additional 12 months to 18 months. Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo declared that the scrap was long overdue, saying if 3 trillion naira is saved, each state of the federation could be given about 50 billion naira to fix roads.
About 75% of filling stations across the country are currently out of business due to their inability to purchase diesel to power their tankers and the premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, to their various outlets. For more, let's join Rosemary Moteling below.
Marketers also say that the cost of diesel will keep increasing and might hit 1,500 naira per litre in the next 2 weeks if nothing drastic is done to curtail the current challenge faced by importers of the deregulated commodity. Dealers on the edges of the Natural Oil and Gas Suppliers Association told journalists in Abuja that this is also the reason why petrol scarcity has failed to abate in Abuja and neighboring Nasarawa and Niger states and many others. The national president Nogasa, Bennett Corey, explains that the only solution to the current challenge is for the federal government to raise the pump price of petrol a little in order to reduce the huge foreign exchange used on the importation of PMS. Rosemary Moteling Bilal reporting for Business News.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, says the nation's capital now generates more than 200 billion naira annually and hopes to surpass Lagos State. For more, let's join Wayne Dogo.
The minister, during the 40th session of the State House ministerial briefing organized by the Presidential Communications team, said the FCT administration currently generates 200 billion naira annually through an aggressive revenue drive to surpass Lagos State, which is the highest revenue generating state with 535 billion naira generated in 2021 and it targeted 980.6 billion naira in 2022. The minister also noted that his administration has earmarked 1 billion naira for the renovation of the national mosques and the National Ecumenical Center to ensure they remain visitable sites in the FCT. Wayne Dogo reporting for Business News.
The World Bank, in its latest forecast on Nigeria, says the debt profile has risen to 36% on the gross domestic product (GDP) in the year 2022, citing a worsening revenue collection at the federal level as it is increasing budgetary pressures and pushing many states into inflation. For more, let's join Wayne Dogo again.
The new forecast is 3.7 percentage points higher than the 32.3% earlier projected by the bank in November last year. The bank gave the new forecast in its June 2022 edition of its Nigeria Development Update, NDU. The bank says reducing inflation is the key policy priority for the country, stressing that rising prices continues to push millions of Nigerians into poverty. Wayne Dogo reporting for Business News.
Nigerians traded at least 77.75 billion naira worth of Bitcoin in the first quarter of the year, despite the Central Bank of Nigeria's restriction on cryptocurrency transactions in the country. Wayne Dogo is our guide.
This is a 5.71% increase from the 73.54 billion naira worth of Bitcoin that was traded in the corresponding period of 2021. According to available data by Paxful, one of the major peer-to-peer cryptocurrency platforms in the nation, trading Bitcoin in Nigeria accounted for 25.87% of the total 300.48 billion traded on the platform in the quarter under review. Global trade on the platform shows an 8.33% increase from the 277.377 billion naira that was traded on it in the corresponding period of 2021.
Nigeria inflation rose in its highest level in the 11th month, rising from 16.82% recorded in April 2022 to 17.71%. These according to the recently released Consumer Price Index report by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says food inflation rose to 19.5% from 18.3% previous month, while core inflation hits 14.9% in the month under review. That's the much we can take on Business News today. Thanks for staying with us. The news continues shortly.
And now sports. Confederation of African Football, CAF, hails the Super Eagles for Nigeria historic win in Morocco over African side Sao Tome and Principe in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. For details of this, let's join Gideon Johanna on Sports Brief.
Encomiums continue to shower on the Super Eagles of Nigeria following their historic 10-goal thriller over Sao Tome and Principe, who could not reply a single goal. The three-time African champions broke another record prior to the victory of 1959 against the home team, now being the Republic, where they scored 10 goals to 1. Elsewhere, Kano Pillars and Hard Rock Brokers basketball teams bow out of the MACD Ball Elite 8, as such will not be contending for final. Day 3 of the 2022 MACD Ball Men's Basketball Championships saw Kano Pillars, Hard Rockers, Hot Cold Ballers suffering shock defeat, while Kwara Falcons rebounded from their opening day loss to victory Thursday. In another development, NBA Africa and KFC Africa have announced a partnership that will see both pantheons collaborate in many activations targeted at basketball fans across Nigeria and few African countries. The partnership will avail basketball fans tickets to live